Hey everybody, thank you for joining me. Smash the like button, please. I'd really appreciate that. Hi there, Philly Girl, Lady Ravenshaw, Shruti, No Justice, Foxy Lady, Leany Bow. We got Tip Top, Cauliflower, Dorial, Jessica, Lucy, Sabrina, Elysium, The Punisher. What's up? Leany Bow tweets, Hippie Easta, Kai Beer, Just Julie, Melty, Charlotte, Mama KB, Sassy Italian Dons, Hugbox, Nectar, Janaka, Vanessa McCready, Magulator, Too Many Sodiums, Elizabeth Connor, Michael F. Hi there, Shane, Karina, The Star That Fell, Zinger Girl, Dorial, and everybody else. Thank you for joining me. We got Hank, 23. What's up? How are you doing? We also have Moesha, Vanessa McCready, Shoehorn, Poison Toilet Paper. Hi there. Jessica. Welcome. Janine. Melcy May. Hi there. M. Hobbs. Amber Smith. EP Turkish Coffee. Solo Trip. Welcome. Dwight Cookie. Buddha Bitch. Tiny Fairy. Janet Parrott. Kidney J. Welcome. Ace Marie. Brunette Hank. Once again. And 4F Beauty. Welcome. Buddha Bitch. If you want to come in, then come in. No biggie though. We got Amped Amy. We're putting you in right now, Amped Amy. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hi there, Debbie M. Hello, Amped Amy. Welcome to the chat. Hey there, Nancy, cousin It. We also got Cauliflower. Hi there.
Hey, hey.
Hey, welcome back, Cauliflower.
You dear. Welcome, Amy.
Yeah, Amy, you're on mute. You put yourself on mute, so you got to take that off if you want to chat. So, what do you think
Oh,
about this,
hi.
Cauliflower? Hi there.
Amy, you're so cute.
Thank you.
You're welcome. What do I think about this? Oh, obviously we all got punked. Well, the ones that didn't believe that this was a prank. I felt like I literally I had my TV on and I saw it come on, and the caption that I just saw, it was like, him, what looked like him simulated in front of a jail, and the caption just pissed me off. So I got there, and lo and behold, he's got about 1,000 people in there, and he's taking his time making his meal, blah 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 blah,
Mm-hmm.
and then gets to it, and the reasoning really, he's so, for somebody who thinks he really did something there, he's so clueless, because he kept saying about, how people believe everything they hear online, everything that they hear, well, this is for
Yeah,
you. It's just like, do you really think you did something there? Because you just made yourself look like the biggest jackass. And DeeDee.
exactly. Exactly. Gwen Lynn says that was an own goal for DeeDee and Nader. Exactly. Trying to score, but they score in their own net. Hey there, Ruby Clifford. Amy, you're gonna say something?
Yeah, I just don't know why people are surprised, honestly. He's proven to do way worse things than this, than making some bad poor taste joke on April Fool's Day. I don't know. I'm not surprised.
I don't think it was him so much as her, because she was the one at the forefront of it. She's the one who put up the video. She's the one who kept repeatedly saying, this is not a prank. This is not an April Fool's joke. So now we know that he has her wrapped around his finger, and she was like the dubiant puppy dog, just yes, Nader, that absolutely, I support it 100%. The thing that really messed me up, though, is that some of the people in his chat, there was an elderly woman who was saying, you had me worried and I was ready to, give you money. And she was really upset. And then at that point, he pulled a Foodie Beauty, and he started saying, go ahead, unsubscribe. I don't need you here. If that's the way you're going to be, that's fine. I don't care. And him just sitting there all smug, and I just can't. I don't know how this man still has a channel.
Yeah, exactly. Grandma
That
Smurf
impression.
says, yeah, on point. Grandma Smurf says, never cry wolf. It may happen, and they are shit out of luck. Exactly, Grandma Smurf. Hi there, Glasgow Gangster. Welcome. Yeah, so if anybody wants to come up on the panel, the link is given by me in the chat. But yeah, Excuse me. I'm actually, yeah, I we did talk about it being a prank, like I said, but I was like, please don't let this be a prank because this is in such poor taste hours ago, and it came out to be a prank. But yeah, this is like really bad, horrible. Actually, it shows how well DeeDee can lie, in my opinion. It's like really, really bad. And it sets a precedence for a lot of things. So we shall see what happens and how many subs he'll lose. It's interesting to see how this will unfold compared to the VIBs, how the friends with benefits will take this news of what Nader was doing to them, was lying to them.
He did mention, and in the beginning of it, you could tell he was trying to say her name because he said, you hear the lies, her, and he slipped and said her. So this is obviously, this is a diversion from all of the stuff that she obviously blurted out the other day. And now we have oh, we're blaming you for believing it because you're stupid enough to believe her,
Mm-hmm.
basically, is what he's trying to say.
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Well, that kind of tells a lot about him then. If it, whose plan was this? Do people really think it's DeeDee's plan or is it Natter's plan or both of them? Whose plan do you think, Cauliflower?
He's,
I think it was somebody in his harem, honestly. I don't think either
Really?
one of them are smart enough to come up with it.
Kali, what do you
I
think?
I don't know about that because he keeps focusing on the same things. Even when before all this happened, he keeps focusing on how people will believe what they want to believe. So he's putting the blame back on other people. I don't think he's a stupid. It was just he probably got something in his mind from his harem, maybe, but he kept saying, and DeeDee did not want to be part of this. I forced her to do it. So it's like, okay. And she's like, you're like, they really truthfully believe that they pulled together and they did something that was like lesson learning. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
If I was him, I wouldn't be going around saying he's forcing any woman to do anything, but that's
Right?
just me.
Right. It's, yeah, all I can say, very poor taste. It just shows a lot of things about their relationship and the lens that they'll go through to put one over on a lot of people.
I guess I should have known this was a prank because the first person she would contact is Foodie Beauty, and she did not. That should have been my indication right there. But I figured she didn't think she could reach her being out in Cuba. But you know what? Now tonight I'm convinced that anything can happen.
Very true. So what was he saying? Somebody in his harem called Kelly? You mean, is would that be the same? Actually, I have no idea which Kelly they're talking about. Do you know, Kali?
I didn't see a Kelly in there. I think from what I was looking at before, is it forget the name? Is she, and it was like
Oh,
a
I remember because Kelly L has been in the channel. She
yeah,
was in there. I remember that name because I thought Kelly L was like a play off Kal L,
yeah.
like Superman.
Hmm.
Okay, so it was Kelly L. I just didn't want to say that name until I confirmed because I'm over in his live right now and she was in there. So it was Kelly L that they were talking about. So was he saying it was her that gave him?
He didn't specifically name. I didn't hear. It probably was thanking, but I didn't hear that part where he was thanking Kelly. I just heard the continual saying of like how people lie and how this was a lesson. And he's very, he sits back and he's like, I feel good about it. That's all that really matters. He doesn't care. It's basically that it's like you guys are the ones that, if you're not true to me as my members, then I know which ones you are because you believe what she says.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha. Okay, so Ray says that yes, he said it was her idea, so it was Kelly L's idea. Okay. All right. Ray's confirming. No Justice said I heard it with my own ears. Okay. If you want to come up on the panel once again, then please join the link. You can do it on your cell phone, your tablet, or your computer. What else is there to talk about? Foodie Beauty got a birthday cake. Not a birthday cake. Why are you laughing? Well, it was kind of like a birthday cake.
That was somebody's leftover cake the kitchen didn't want, and
I know,
had
I
somebody to dump it
know.
on.
Why you jumping? Why you jumping so forward, Polly?
I'm
I was
sorry.
gonna bring that up. Yeah, you could tell that he gave her a cake that was kind of either already stale or like 1 or 2 days before being stale. You could just tell, right? And he's like,
Mhm.
"Okay, you have a foodie beauty." Like
The
what
garbage
if it's
disposal will eat it.
right?
Exactly.
It's the thought that counts. Let's just put it that way. But I was thinking the same thing. Like that cake is probably stale and nobody wants it, or it's a day or two away from being stale.
And the enormity of it. I mean, come on. If that isn't a clear indication of shade, I don't know what is.
Right? But
I'm
yeah,
just
you're right. I guess maybe it was a birthday cake. I don't know. Her birthday was a few days ago. So maybe they've been in conversation like, oh, I'm on this trip for my birthday. Then I was like, okay, let me give her a birthday cake.
and she said there was an ice cream cone on it, but I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't see
Oh,
it either.
I didn't
I
see
looked
it.
carefully, so I was like, oh, all right, cool. So I guess it's back on with Lewis.
Oh, I don't know. I love how she kind of like very politely declined it. Like she was like, I don't want to be rude, but I want some real Cuban food. I'm like, wow.
Right. Well, we got another 3 hours of nothing. Well, that stream was 3 hours. Then we had another 3 hours, and then we had another half an hour, then another hour and a half. It's like she's on a roll. It's like hours and hours and hours of. Um, I thought I saw a cone laying on top Catalicious, but I didn't zoom in. I did just have the time, so I guess there was. But it's whatever. She's back be fancying Lewis. Did you notice that she tipped him today, or she was just that low on funds?
No, I don't think she even went. I didn't even see her approach her little pouch there. I think I saw her asking him twice for like a drink. I guess she asked for some wine, and then she had a beer at the end that she chugged down
Mm-hmm.
before she went to the beach.
Yeah.
I didn't really see her reach for her purse though.
Yeah, very true. So we shall see what happens. I did see the chat was telling her, giving her the bad news that there are no ATMs in Cayo Coco, which is true. And then she has to either do something at that resort in terms of maybe a wire or something along those lines. I'm sure they have a resolution for this kind of issue. It probably comes up a lot with a lot of people. So I'm pretty sure they probably have something. So there's that, or just go to Havana. Nothing wrong with Havana, all I'm gonna say. But
Yeah. So the chat's saying that she actually did tip him. Okay.
okay, she did tip him. I wonder how much though. Was it another 20, or was it like a 5 or a 10?
Well, that's her favorite, so I'm gonna go with the 20. But I don't know because how much money could she possibly have left now?
Right, exactly. Yeah. Well, she said she had about $100 left. Plus, all she has to do is just get on the bus, go to Havana.
No, she's not going anywhere. And I think the reason for all of these, like, marathon streams was just to keep up and see if anybody knows anything about Nader. And she's trying to play it off like she doesn't care, but she wanted the tea just as much as anybody else did.
Hmm. Very true. She should have done her research, because I've been seeing a lot of things about, oh, there is an ATM in, I don't know how to pronounce this, is Camaguey. That is a city in Cuba that I'm not familiar with, but it seems there's ATM there. I just googled it, and cubatravel.cu. Does it say there's an ATM? I guess so. She should have really looked this up though.
Foodie, look something up. You
Right,
just.
I know. I
I mean, she
know.
could have at least asked her chat about it or something.
I'm surprised she looked up the kind of bug that was in her room. That was the first thing she looked up that had something to do with Cuba, was the bug.
Indeed, you're right. Yeah, she did look that up. Bubble and Squeak asks, Monty, is that a pride hat? Yes, this is from Phil and Sebastian. So it's right there. It's jeans, and it has this ensign in the pride colors. Look pretty cool, so I bought it. But yeah, what can I say? Poor foodie or not, it depends on your outlook. She did do this to herself. That's why you don't tip heavy when you first get there. If you want to tip heavy, start doing it at the end of the latter days of your trip.
Yeah, tip heavy and get stale cake at the end of it.
Yeah. Right, exactly. Broke bees in for the next few days. I don't know how she's gonna get her man if she's gonna be, slouching on the tips these days. She has Sunday and Monday. I'm not really sure what time she's leaving Tuesday. Did she even say?
No, she said Monday she would spend mostly packing, so I'm assuming it's probably an early
In the
flight
morning,
on
yeah.
the charter. Yeah.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, so she practically has 2 days. And then that's it. She's out of there. So I guess 2 days, maybe do $40 for Lewis each day.
And right back to her Canadian ways, I assume.
Yeah, well, if she's gonna leave her clothes, then give it to Lewis. I don't know, give it to people who need clothing. But then again, she did bring a copious amount of lingerie. I don't know what she was thinking in her head to
What
bring
is with her?
lingerie to Cuba.
What is with her and leaving clothes? Is she thinks she's going to return? Oh, this is the way I can see Lewis again because I left my
Right?
clothes in
That
Cuba.
is, yeah, exactly.
I don't get that. Why did she say she was going to do that?
Because the bug was in her luggage.
Oh,
It
fuck, I
it flew
can't.
in there, so she was like, she's not taking that suitcase.
So you couldn't just shake the damn thing? I don't understand.
Wow.
Could you imagine she brought that cake back to her room? That would have been a whole other
Right.
mess.
Bubble and Squeak says she was joking. I don't know. Sometimes she's kind of serious about that sort of stuff.
I could see her leaving a little tip
Yeah.
there for
I
Lewis. I could see her leaving a little. Well, they ain't little, but something to remember her
Mhm.
by.
I can also see her leaving her dirty underwear with Lewis
Yes,
as
I was
well.
gonna say that, Monty, but I'm glad you did.
Well, she's the one who talked about it. She was like, something on the lines of, I wonder if my dirty underwear will kill this bug, something like that. I forgot the specific word she used, but she basically implied that her dirty underwear would be able to destroy this insect.
I saw somebody in her chat telling her to fart in there, like fumigate it.
That might have been a good idea. The way she reacted, though, that was priceless. That was the best thing I've seen all of her trip.
Right, exactly. The reaction priceless. But yeah, that's what she got. I was thinking, OMG, the type of like flying insects that would come into that room if she left that door open, and that's what happened. She found out. Thanks for co-signing that, Debbie08. Appreciate it.
Oh yeah, did you know that, Monty? She watches the After Dark. She made some snide comment about it last night.
Oh yes, I did. I did hear about that. And she totally does. So no justice gets the exact line. Maybe if I leave it in my underwear, it will die. Yes, Foodie's underwear is where things, even insects, go to die.
What a way to go, man.
Could you imagine being that bug? your last views of the world is a screaming bald woman throwing a slipper at you and then dying in her underwear.
Oh god. Poor bug.
Right.
Oh no. She makes her own raid. That's great. Oh, holding this asshole accountable. Are we talking about her? Or are we talking about Nader? They're saying in the chat we're not holding that asshole accountable. I'm assuming it's Nader, but
yeah, but how are we gonna hold him accountable? The best thing to do is just forget about him.
or
Because
unsubscribe.
yeah, this is how he's making his money, right? Because look at his views. He didn't have any reason to do what he did. His views are at times better than mine. Like he's getting 14K views, 7K views, 10K views. I don't get those types of views, and look how often I'm on stream. So there was no point in doing what he did with this lie that him and DeeDee perpetuated, and then trying to blame it on everybody else and not himself. At least take responsibility for something you did. That's the least he could have done.
Right. And that's never going to happen. I mean, if there's one thing that Foodie Beauty says that I actually agree with, is that he will never take accountability for his actions, and he will never say he's wrong about anything. And that's quite obvious from this.
Yeah, exactly. So we shall see how this works. This isn't the first time he's lost subs. He's lost subs multiple times, and then people come right back. In fact, he gained 130 subs for people waiting for notifications for him to come on in case he was arrested. And then people, started piecing out. So like I said, we'll see.
I feel like his views were starting to dwindle, and then the threesome happened, and he started to gain more subscribers again, more viewers, and then this whole like prank or whatever you want to call it just like boosted it even more. I think he's going to die off into obscurity soon enough, though, honestly.
To me, if anything, it makes him look even more guilty. If he's trying to prove a point here, it's the fact that you actually probably did do all those things people have been saying about you.
You're right, exactly. Because now there's doubt sown into the seeds of their words. Because now people for sure know they can't trust and or believe DeeDee.
Yeah. And if anything happens, like for real, and she starts running, and starts screaming everywhere, and, help, Nader needs help, may not get that help this time.
For sure. Exactly. So we shall see what happens. There's also the issue of them not really getting along the last few days. Like you were saying, Cauliflower, there seems to be issues brewing, and that's never good when a guy, I guess she could legally say he's living with her because he has been there before. It's been, nearly 2 weeks now that he's officially said he's lived there. So, she has to watch out that once that mail starts coming to that place, and once a couple months pass, I think at the 6 month, actually, I'm not really sure. In Ontario, it would be 6 months, but this is Quebec, so I'm not sure when it changes into a legal status of a living at her place. Then he can claim a lot of things. So she needs to be very careful.
And another very big mistake that they made is now I was noticing a lot of commenters in that chat were saying that they're going to report this to DeeDee's job, that her job might be on the line. They're really going in on her. They're really starting to see that she is just going along with whatever Nader says. And they're like, this, your job won't like, there were actually people super chatting, your job won't like this, and you should be reported. And like, they were really going in on her. I don't know how she can manage that stress, to be honest with you. Like, this entire situation has got to be stressful on her, but yet she just sits there and just like an obedient lapdog. I can't explain it any other way. And just kind of just goes ahead like, yes, that's right. I support it 100%. Like, why?
Yeah.
Very true.
Chantal was saying that she apparently drinks a lot of wine, so maybe that's how she's able to like cope with it all. And
she was definitely drinking one tonight. And they were remarking about that too. They were like, "Yeah, girl, take another sip." They were really going in on her, and mass messages deleted. Like, I don't know how she kept up because they were just coming in and getting deleted. Well, I guess the mods, just deleted. And then, a few of the mods were saying, "Oh, if you can't be respectful, because some of them were not even being disrespectful. They were being just, you could see some of
Mm-hmm.
them were openly hurt and really damaged by this. Like they really believed it.
Mm-hmm. It.
Yeah, and he made a statement too, sorry. It was really kind of and DeeDee too, she goes through a lot, you don't see on her face. You don't see it because camera over here, but not over here. And you don't see that, she goes through a lot. Like he does that a lot. Like he gets them to do whatever that he wants them to do, and then all of a sudden he's like, now he's lamenting over how wonderful she is. It's ugh.
Very true. Well, yeah, well, as I've said, we'll find out what happens in the next 24 to 48 hours. I think Orange Cat is doing like a sub count
Hmm.
stream right now.
Yep, and it's
Yeah,
going
yeah,
down.
Orange Cat is doing a sub count watch. And yeah, it's going down. It is. So he needs to understand the politics of YouTube. Like, I kind of get what he was trying to do, but if I was him or if I was a friend of his, I would tell him that's not how you do things, because people are just going to get really pissed at you for doing
Hmm.
that sort of stuff. That is in very poor taste, especially with a serious event as an arrest. And then people get worried, people get stressed. Like, there's a lot of people who like his channel for some reason.
I think
But
we have another DLF troll. It
oh
looks
yeah,
like. I think so.
where is this?
It looks like a owl something. Looks like a.
Oh yeah.
Mm,
Okay,
you
I
see what I'm
see.
saying? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right, I got it. I don't know who this is, but yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Gab's baby says lying to gain trust. That is a oxymoron, if I've ever seen
Hmm.
one.
Yeah. How do you gain somebody's trust by consistently lying or telling them that it's gaslighting 101, telling them
Mhm.
basically they've been listening to lies, so it's their fault that this happened, so I'm teaching you a lesson.
Yeah, exactly.
I guarantee that's exactly how he sees it.
Hmm.
Faxner Sam, the arrest was a bad idea because he's in trouble. Santiago says, "Then please explain to me, like I'm five. I'm not getting why he did it." Yeah, he did it to say you can't believe everything you hear, because he's trying to say that Foodie Beauty is telling a lot of things that he is not speaking about. So why are we just believing what she is saying? Is what he was. That's the lesson he really was trying to tell us, but it was in very poor taste. And do we really know Foodie Beauty is fully lying? I know Foodie Beauty lies, but certain things where she rages off like this, they will have at least some level of truth to them. Maybe not fully whole truth, maybe not half the truth, maybe not even 20% of the truth, but there's always some sort of truth to it at some level, is what I will say. Now, he was trying to disprove her without bringing attention to what she has been saying the past few days, is the reason why he did this whole April Fool's thing. That's basically it. If I'm gonna say it like I'm saying it. It ain't that. If you want to come on panel, go ahead. Kali, you were gonna say something?
Yeah, I was going to say, because I'm reading the chat about, if this really happened, this whole threesome thing. Like, we know in the past with Foodie that she does like to, she likes to extend a story, so to speak. But I think that this is so fantastically horrible that it did happen.
Mm-hmm.
just by his track record alone, and hers. But she
Yeah.
keeps going back and forth with the whole I love him, I don't love now tonight she doesn't love him anymore, and I can't stand the sight of him. Like she just goes along with the waves of the crowd, whatever they say. It's like, oh yeah, this week I love him, this week I don't love him.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome to the panel. It ain't that.
Hello, everybody.
Hey
Hi.
girl.
So, anyway, I went over and watched a little bit of Nader's stuff, and I don't believe nothing he says. So, the way I look at it, I know that Chantel, she lies a lot, but then sometimes, you read between her lines, and some of her stuff, you know, is the truth. But when I listen to Nader and DeeDee, I can't. My conclusion is, Chantel said some things, and they have this reputation of being the nice people, DeeDee and Nader. So when Chantel came out with these things that she said, the threesome thing, it made them look bad, and they want to look like the good people. So they come up with this April Fool's thing, and it backfired on them. And they were trying to make it seem like, yeah, if you believe this lie, then you believe any lie type of thing. Don't believe everything you say. That's how I look at it. I think that the truth is there. They just tried to cover it up with that little April Fool's joke thing. That's all I wanted to say.
Okay. Yeah. I respect that. It ain't that. Thanks for coming on.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
But I love the
100%
chat.
agree
I
with that.
love the chat. I love you guys. You guys are awesome.
Oh, well, thank
Oh,
you. Appreciate it.
You guys have a good night.
Yeah, you too.
you
If
too.
anybody
You
else wants to come
too.
on panel, then I'll put the link once again. It's open to anybody. Say whatever you gotta say, either about the vacation as a whole, what's gonna happen when Foodie Beauty comes back, what's happening with Nader, what's gonna happen with DeeDee. Is her job gonna be affected now? Because a lot of people are very pissed, and people know where she works.
Oh, Boca Maru, you don't need to have StreamYard, right? You just get the link and it comes up.
Yeah, yeah, it comes up. You don't need to have StreamYard to be on the panel. Like a lot of people even know her last name because she has been doxxed. People, we do know what her last name is. All her stuff was there. She didn't lock down her Facebook. Or was it the LinkedIn as well? I think it was the LinkedIn specifically that showed where she worked. So she didn't do that. So people do have her contact information and they can find her and they can complain. And if they present the appropriate evidence in front of the executives, she can get into a lot of trouble because she has done and said certain things after being teased and prodded and prompted multiple times by Foodie Beauty when she's saying she's a trans person. She said she's a robot. She said she's an alien. And Foodie Beauty has kind of worn her down to a point where she started, slapping back. And sometimes when you say certain things that might be seen as offensive, even though that other person said way more than you did over a longer period of time than you did, you still get into trouble. Yes, thank you, No Justice. She also said she was a lizard person. So it does matter, and she needs to be aware that she can indeed and in fact get into trouble, and that is why she should have really reconsidered maybe not even being part of the Chantal verse and just go find another guy. I'm sure there's another crackhead somewhere for you, DeeDee.
No, I think
For
she's
real.
found it.
The bar is super low.
Exactly. I did see that Kiwi Farms is at 5,992 pages on the Chantel thread. It would have been well over 6,000 if the farms wasn't down a few hours ago. So, at least they're back up. I'm seeing on the farms that path.net is trying to seize their hard drives. I guess that's the upstream that Null was talking about. So, something's going to happen there. I don't know what, but I won't really speak about that too much. Just telling people what's going on. Yeah, go ahead, Kali.
Also, that DeeDee stream, it's on Nader's channel. I don't know why they keep calling it DeeDee stream, but it's at like over 13K at this point in views.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people were saying they were going to mass strike it. And you can mass strike it, because I went to it and it's like you have to hit more, and then there's the 3 dots and it has the flag to report. So you can report that one.
Yeah, exactly. What's an upstream? An upstream means it's like a first point of contact. Like there's ways where the information on a computer or a server has to go out onto the World Wide Net, and then from there spread all over the world for you to access it. So one of the first points of contact is the upstream. So that is what Null has been saying is an issue, that is upstream is giving him issues. So I'm putting two and two together, that path.net is his upstream. So let me check out path.net. It is his upstream, because path.net says Path offers a revolutionary solution to ensure the security, uptime, and longevity of your solution. So yes, I do believe this is a partner that is partnered with his upstream. So that's just an ongoing situation with that Null. If you don't know who Null is the owner of Kiwi Farms that's dealing with. Okay, we got La Krista in the background. I see you, La Krista. So we're gonna put you on. If you wanna keep your camera on, keep your camera on. If not, then you have 5 seconds to take it off. Hey, La Krista, welcome to the chat.
Hey, my camera's not on, is it?
No, it's not.
Okay, I don't want to be seen. Hi guys.
Hi.
I usually don't. Hi. I hope everyone's doing well.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
As good as you can be in this universe.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know how to put a picture on there like you guys did. I don't know how to do that. I'll learn if I go back on panel again.
No problem.
I can tell you
sure
in the
you
chat
will.
if you want.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll come back. It's addictive.
Yeah. Charlie Lynn, thank you for the super sticker. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
So what did you want to say, La Krista?
What do you want to say? No, I'm just kidding. I'm really bothered about the situation with what Nader said. I think it's probably because I kind of broke it all down when I listened to the original, the one with DeeDee, and like I knew, like it only took like maybe a minute, and I knew it was fraud. I knew it. And then after that, oh my God, then when I saw the video after that, and he admitted it, I was freaking out of my mind. I'm sorry. I mean, I guess I'm crazy I feel like I'm like the only one that's actually bothered over it. I mean, I am a survivor. I don't want to say what I'm a survivor of because I feel it's personal, but I don't think, I really feel this is actually kind of serious. And I love Monty and everything about, this community. I've never been compelled to be on the panel before, but this issue, I feel it reaches far beyond, I don't know, it's psychological in my way of how I'm looking at it. I don't know, I'm kind of feeling a little bit stupid right now. I'm sorry.
No, you're not stupid at all. at all.
No.
I'm literally listening to, I hear it in your voice, and I'm with you. Believe me, it takes a lot for me. And I get very, very, I used to be one of those people that was highly, highly emotional, reacted to everything. And I learned along the way that it's like the best to just kind of like, focus and process as, as you can. You know what I'm saying? This stuff is not easy to listen to. It's not. I wonder some days about it, like we joke and we laugh. And I thank God for Monty because honestly, I'm very calm when I'm in here because when I watch her or him, I literally have rages and I don't express them until I'm either in, in a chat or in Discord, just like, and just typing random stuff. That's how I'm feeling. But at the same time, there are so many different things that it does hit upon. And I try to focus it for what it is. It's people on the internet. And yeah, it is definitely serious issues that they're messing with. And that's what pisses me off is that these are things that happen to people in real life that they can't, they can't have this kind of a platform for, and I hope she comes back. But I definitely get what she's talking about.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, I hope she comes back too. And you definitely shouldn't feel dumb. I hope you're still listening, even if you're not in the chat or in the panel. But yeah, no, you're not dumb at all. And welcome back.
Yeah, welcome back.
Thank you. My frozen, so I didn't get to have the privilege to hear any of you. I'm really apologizing. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. I just to really sum it up, I was saying like you're not alone with this. I definitely agree that these are serious issues and this is happening, on what real people go through, and this is stuff that's why when they pull things like this and they say, oh, it's to teach you a lesson. No, it's not. You're not learning anything except for the fact that you're just manipulating people and you're just trying to turn the attention away from the fact of what you've done. Because we all know, and where whoever is lying or isn't lying, there's some truth somewhere. Okay. And they're all a part of it, the three of them. And we're just viewers, you know what I'm saying? And we can either take it humorously or we can, dissect it and talk about it, like this, or we can walk away from it. There's so many different ways to deal with it, but I completely just wanted, you to know you're not alone with this whatsoever. And don't feel stupid or anything of that nature.
Yeah, and I'm
I just
seeing it
want
in
you
the
guys
chat. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry. No, I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. Really, you go ahead.
Oh, I was just going to say, I know it's not about me. And I apologize about that. I just, and I feel, I know, Cauliflower, you said I shouldn't feel stupid and stuff, but I kind of do because I need to be lighthearted about things. And this is the first time I got really super, super angry. I've never been this. Usually YouTube doesn't, affect me, but for some reason, I guess it is because I am going through something right now that I don't really want to mention, but it's just unbelievable. But anyway, I'm sorry about that. Anyway, I'm done.
No, don't apologize. That's the one thing you shouldn't have to apologize for is the way you feel. You know what I'm saying? Like we all go through the ebbs and, the ebbs and tides of this whole thing. It's like I get looked at every day crazily. Like, why do you keep watching her? She's, yeah, to try to explain this to other people, but it's not her so much. It's the community, and it's her behavior, while intriguing and all of that. There's so much like I could never be friends with her because I'd be yelling at her on a daily basis. But it's just that we're real people and we all deal with things and we all have our ways of like, breaking away from that. Like you said, you're going through something. So sometimes it's good to kind of hear other people's, not craziness,
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Bunny Melon, you're asking, let's see. Oh, I missed it. I don't know how to see the chat very well, but Bunny Melon asked me what I was upset over. It doesn't have to do with Foodie Beauty or Chantal. It has to do with the fraud that had to do with DeeDee, and like other people were having lives and saying that they believed it and everything, and some people could see through it. But the mere fact that someone could just have this video for thousands of people. Did you see 13,000 people? And they had AdSense on it. They had PayPal on it. And yeah, I thank you, Bunny Mill. I don't know. I kind of feel stupid. Like but it's like they profited over something that is a pretty serious situation. And like I said, I kind of feel a little bit shy, and I feel a little bit like embarrassed and stuff, but it's just the way I feel. And this is just like my first time I ever wanted to be on panel. And I guess I kind of understand why everyone else is kind of a little bit lighthearted and it doesn't bother them. But maybe it's just one of those days. Maybe it's just one of those days that is hard for me. But then you probably saw the video after that. But how could somebody profit 13,000 views, AdSense, links, and all that? Anyway, I'm sorry.
No, your feelings are completely valid. And I'm sure there are lots of people that are feeling that right along with you. Like 100%. You're not dumb. They're manipulative. And I feel like I was seeing it a lot in the chat that a lot of people are taken back by, feeling betrayed by DeeDee. Like they expect this kind of stuff from Nader, but, maybe they feel like, DeeDee is a little bit more trustworthy and they feel, taken advantage of because, they gave her the benefit of the doubt or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, we got Cesaro, Beach Ball, and Hippieista. You're both live. Welcome to the chat.
Hi, guys.
Hi.
Hey, everybody.
Hey, Hippie.
Hey,
This
hey.
has been, I don't even know how to, this has just been wild.
Yeah.
I love you. I just love you guys. That's all I can say. Like, I love this community. I love Monty's community more than any other community I've been on.
Same.
Yes. So I came on just to, there were a couple of things about this situation that I wanted to touch on. And I guess like the first thing that, in terms of the Nader situation, this whole him getting arrested arc, what bothers me about it, because I try to kind of disassociate myself from this whole thing. It's like, okay, this isn't my real life. This is just my entertainment. And but I think this whole like kind of joke bothers me because it's like, first of all, you have a situation that, like, even though they kind of see it as a joke or whatever, like it's something that happens to people in real life all the time. I mean, especially like if you are someone who has been part of the criminal justice system. And I mean, I'm someone who, like, I've never been a part of it myself, but I mean, I have, I have family members and friends that have been. Once you're in it, like, you're on the police's radar. And it's like, those things, like, you can be pulled in for whatever. And those things are real life things. And so to use that to, get clicks and get money or whatever their motive was is just really gross. And then I guess the other thing that that was kind of, I guess, I thought was really strange is the idea of like, oh, well, Nader saying like, well, I'm supposed to be like Nader saying like, oh, this is teaching you a lesson.
Like a test, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God, that freaking pissed me off.
Yeah, like this is teaching you a lesson. But then it's like, okay, but you used your own channel. It's like, DeeDee was on his channel.
Not only that, but he's like saying, I'm teaching you a lesson, like you guys should not believe certain things. Wait, so he's saying we're not supposed to believe things, but they're trying to make us believe this shit before that. Like, what the?
Yeah, like make that make sense. It really doesn't make sense. Like, why would you use your own why would you use your own form to make a claim? Oh, well, don't believe rumors. But it's like, okay, well, this is your voice. Essentially, this is your channel, and you're using that for that purpose. Like, you're using it, and you're lying to your audience. Like, it's not doing what you think it's going to do.
It was disgusting.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because he doesn't understand the entirety of YouTube. You understand that. He doesn't understand how it runs. He just thinks that everything he does is like a gift to the world. You know what I'm saying? He has no idea how YouTube runs, how there are certain things that you do and don't do and say and don't say. And I can't wait until he does find that out. But he thinks he taught us a lesson.
Hey, you know
that was
what?
the whole bottom thing. Yeah, go ahead.
Have you guys ever wondered? I'm sorry about that, cauliflower.
No. Go ahead.
My I'm sorry about that.
Don't be sorry.
My mind just thought about.
Apologizing.
I know, but I interrupt. I'm sorry about that. I was just thinking, how long do you guys think that Nader has been using people? Because it has like been just over and over. It's like, like everyone's his sugar baby. Like everyone is taking care of him. It's just disgusting.
I think it's probably a lifelong thing with him, honestly. I mean, he's very well seasoned, so it's apparent that he's been doing this for quite some time.
Yep, since birth.
Mm. I think it's definitely a way of life for him. I think the challenge is that he's on, like it was mentioned before, like he's on a forum that he doesn't have that familiarity with. And so he thinks it's just like everything else. And it'll be interesting to see what happens, but I have a feeling that this could backfire, because one thing that people don't like is when people mess with their money.
Right. Did you notice? Okay. So in his chat, all these subscribers are saying, I'm done. Like they were out. They were like, I'm unsubscribing. And you saw that little, how if you're subscribed, I mean, not subscribed, but a member, you see that little thing to the next.
Mm-hmm.
There were people saying, I am unsubscribing. I mean, members, actual members that are paying members are saying, I'm gone. I'm not going to subscribe anymore. People were disgusted.
Yeah. And I think he probably thinks that it's going to be like Chantal, where, I mean, she's been on YouTube for so long that, okay, yeah, like there may be people that unsubscribe, but then she will get, she'll get a bunch of replacements. But he doesn't have that longevity, and he doesn't really have that same pull that Chantal does. And so I don't think that it's going to be a thing where it's just going to be replaced,
What do you mean by replaced?
Well, like that the subscribers that leave will just replace themselves, like what happens in Chantal's channel, where like she'll have people leave, or she'll kick them out, and then she'll have like a bunch of other ones show up, like welcome to Very Important Bees, just ready set bees.
Yeah, no matter what platform she's on, she will have people following her. But with Nader, he's just a stupid idiot that was able to use her as clout, and eventually it's going to die down. Like it's been down to 100 to 200 people that were on his lives, and so I guess they had to do this stupid April Fool's shit. I mean, sorry, crap.
So, speaking of our dear Chantel, was she in on this?
Nah, I doubt it.
I don't think so.
I really
so
don't
either.
think she was. I really don't.
I just had to ask.
I think that he saw all her, like he saw all the, like, what do you call it? All the views, and her being in another country and her trying to make him jealous. And then he's like, well, how am I going to like one up her? Perfect. April Fools. Here we go.
If I could interject just for a moment, sorry. What if it just seems too all sporadic for it to be a planned out thing. Does that make sense? Like the whole timeline and the way everything is and all the different live streams and how they all are, it's too chaotic. And kind of following off of what Krista has started with, I kind of feel the same way. I personally watch this stuff is because I am a survivor, and these people make me remind me of my old life and not to go back to that type of behavior. I have a lot of similarities to Chantal, or Foodie Booty, or however anybody pronounce things. I'm really bad with the English language. I have had a lot of similarities with her, with my first husband, a lot. And a lot of the different behaviors and the way the communications are and the way things go and the chaos of it and how you get sucked in by these people that you think you love and you have to prove your love to them. You have to prove it. And they bring you down. And the way that she talks after she talks to him, like, oh, it's my fault. Oh, I need to stop yelling at him. I need to go to anger management with him. You know, she said that in one of her lives. I need to go with him. So it's like you've been in contact with him. You've been in contact with him. He has something on you. You've given him some portion of your insecurities, and he's taken that and he's twisted it around on these women. And he takes those insecurities and he twists his words and he twists his meaning and he loves bomb them. And he knows he picks them because he knows that they are desperate for love, that they are desperate for attention. They are desperate for somebody in their life to fill that loneliness that they didn't get. I've lived through this, and it's hard when you're in the middle of it to see it. So in a way, it was kind of good that she did go to Cuba, but she's not getting any help for it. And I get what Krista is saying, because when you watch them, you want to be reminded in a way not to go back to this. After you've healed, after you've gone through all your everything, your wounds and everything, you don't ever want to go back. You don't want to ever remember any of that again. You've done the work. But when it gets to this point and it's slapped in your face like it was tonight, at least for me, I can only speak for me, and it was slapped in my face again of what this stuff does to people and how far it can get taken and how people can take it this way, that's when it emotionally affects some of the viewers. Because
So
it's like,
true.
no, this is what we're talking about. This is what we keep saying. This is what narcissism is. This is what abuse is. This is that covert abuse that people suffer day in and day out. This is what it is. This is exactly what it is. And when it's slapped in your face like this, it's like, no, it's no longer a shit show. I can't listen to this. I can't make fun of this stuff. This isn't what I signed up for.
Yeah.
It's a trigger.
Oh my God.
It's a trigger.
Yeah.
So then, therefore, I need to go ahead and go be like, okay, well, I need a freaking break now. And because, whoa, I don't want to remember, that 7 years of my life. I'd rather just, it happened. Good.
Oh
okay, great. All right.
Okay,
but
we're
I've
on
done
the
my
same
work.
Wavelength, lady.
I'm
She
really glad that you
could
brought
have
that
went to
up.
Cuba and been like, okay, I'm in Cuba. All right, I don't want to do anything, fine, whatever. But she could take that time to reflect and think back and put the timeline pieces together and realize, oh, the past year, wait a minute here. Okay, wait a minute here. Not only did I get into a really heavy substance, not only am I not monitoring the medication that I'm currently on, not only am I not getting healthy, not only did I almost lose my channel, my income, my everything. Okay, you could take that, pick yourself up, go have a good time and just leave it at that. But no, you got to troll around and all that other stuff and cause a bunch of problems. So at this point in time, we have no information whatsoever of knowing what is truth and what's not truth.
Yeah. And, oh, wow. I am totally, I totally understand what you're saying, Lady Ravenshaw. What I was thinking also is that, I was actually rooting. I'm still rooting for her. I actually liked the fact that she's in Cuba right now where, she can't freely have all these substances that she was used to. Like she does have alcohol, she's able to get alcohol,
Oh, and
but
she's getting that THC too, as well as coming out
oh
too.
yeah, now you know what I noticed on was it Kiwi Farms or something? Somebody said that was she brought some cookies with her with THC. Did you guys hear about that? I don't know if that's true.
I didn't hear about that. I just know from my own personal research that, it does hold in the adipose tissues of your fat cells. So as she is not eating at the calories that she's eating at, and her body is burning, the fat, it does get released, and it can get stored up to years inside your body. I know that when I go through, I am a heavy smoker due to my complex PTSD from that. I physically cannot sleep literally without, because my trauma nightmares are so bad. So I'm sorry, my English is bad. I do consume quite a bit, but when I have to go through a detox, because there is a level of THC that you can get into your system where it stops binding, and therefore you don't receive whatever it is that you're using it for, whether it's for recreational, medical, whatever it is that your own personal is. You do need to go through a sort of a detox to bring that down, so that way your body can process what's already in your system. So she had a
Exactly.
big bar
Do you
before she
guys
left,
think
and she got really super high. Now she has all this
right?
stored in her system, and she's not eating at the level she's used to eating. So she actually is burning and losing weight, which is freaking awesome for her. But she's also getting periodically throughout the day, you can tell. And
Do
I'm
you
like, yeah,
so do
okay,
you
I know what that
guys
is, lady.
think that this might be the first time away from THC this long? Like if she went to Jamaica, she would have had no problem getting that, you know?
Oh, but she might have had much more fun in Jamaica. That's the thing. It's also a
I know,
different
but then
type
she would have
of.
been back the same person though. It's nice to see her have this withdrawal to see that she has a different baseline.
She said it
Is
herself
she going
the
to learn
other
from
day
it though?
though. She
Because
said
she
it
already
herself
talked
the
about
other day.
doing it.
She doesn't want to change. She doesn't want to grow. She doesn't want to be a better person. She just wants to get high all the time and eat food. She wants to hit those pleasure buttons.
That's what
Like
she said.
she yeah, that those words came out of her actual mouth. She doesn't want to change. She doesn't want to grow. She doesn't want to grow from this. She doesn't want to put it in her past. She likes the chaos, she likes the drama, and she likes being a victim.
I want to say
Well, she keeps
something.
saying different things though. Yeah.
I want to say something to touch on the point that Lady Ravenshaw brought up, because I think she's getting a lot of crap for making up the story about like the threesome and things like that. But I think if anything, like this instance with Nader and this whole like April Fool's joke really demonstrates just how powerful his narcissistic pull is, because he's like a puppeteer with these women. I mean, he's got like DeeDee out here risking her job to lie on the internet. And like, I think for Chantel in particular, I really think, I can't diagnose, but I've had lots of experience with mental health issues in my life. I think she's borderline. And so she's like extra susceptible to narcissists. And she's also somebody who is so intensely wrapped up in relationships and is like really, really consumed by love, like what she views to be love, which is like passion and chaos and conflict. And I think that hold on her is so powerful that he has, that like he could have very easily coerced her into something that she would have said no to with someone else. And I
I
don't want to
agree
Yes,
with
say
you.
yes,
like,
I
yes,
agree with
yes,
yeah,
Oh
you.
I don't
yeah.
think
yes,
I don't
Yep.
like her. I just want to say
yes.
this. And I think that she has done a lot of terrible things, and a lot of like her stories about like her trying to like make reports to the police. I have some feelings about why I think she did it and wanting to get back at him. But I do think we should consider that like there was some coercion happening
I
there.
believe I agree. I'm so sorry, but I
Yes,
agree with you.
Yeah,
I
it's
agree
like,
too.
yeah, it really it's something I wouldn't have thought until this whole thing happened with Nader. And I've been really triggered about this too, because I'm also a survivor of narcissistic abuse, of SA, all that stuff too. And it was triggering me in a way that I couldn't figure out. And what was really triggering was the way that like people were responding and immediately writing off and saying like, well, she went there. on purpose. She engaged in it. That means she wanted to. And it's like,
Yes.
you've never been like with a narcissist if you have never been coerced into doing something you didn't want to do eagerly because you
Exactly. I
wanted
agree
their
with
approval.
you.
You
She
could
wanted.
Yeah.
tell when she was talking about it, she was livid. She's like, I can't believe I did it. You know, she was so mad at herself, and she was so angry with the situation that it was like, that's a little too much for me to not believe it, kind of thing. You know, because
Exactly.
you could hear it.
Exactly.
I'm going to say something unpopular because I keep seeing it in the chat, and I'm going to say it because I'm also someone that has had experience with narcissistic people in my life, even up until probably about 4 or 5 years ago. I have zero sympathy for her, and I want to see her fail because that's the only way she's going to learn. She has suffered zero consequences for everything that's gone on thus far, and that's everything. She gets the money, she gets the channels, she gets to go to Cuba, she gets the attention of her beezers, she gets the ass pats, she gets people in her life that give her all this wonderful, great, grandiose advice, and she does zero to do anything with herself besides glutton, with just feed herself. Take the THC to just numb it all out, because that's what she tells you. She's like, this is how I deal with the problems. I just numb it all out. I take all these high milligrams of THC or the edibles or whatever the frick she takes, and she's yet to have a crash from that. This woman has never dealt with one psychological problem ever. If you go back to her stuff I've watched her stuff, now I've gone back and I'm like, and she sounds the same to me, except she found her match in him.
Yeah.
She found
You know
her
what? You're
narcissistic
really
match.
right about that. You are so right about that, cauliflower. Because when you think about it, like, I don't maybe know about her as much as other people, but just thinking about the fact that she's never really hit rock bottom. And every time I keep thinking she's going to hit rock bottom, there's another rock bottom. And then there's another rock bottom. And then it just keeps on going. So it's like, come on, she's going to have to go to rehab. There's no way that she could do it without rehab, because not only is she addicted to people, like, people, but substances. This is a pretty serious addiction when it comes to everything.
She's addicted to the
Holly, I want
abuse
to say,
cycle. That's that abusive cycle. She's just she's addicted to that drama abusive cycle. She's got to have it, but she's a narcissist herself. Look at what she does to Pete. I mean, there's something else. Just never mind about that. But she does it to everybody else in her life. She is a narcissist, and when she met him, it was like, oh, my love, my soulmate. That's why she fell so hard, and she got played with her own freaking tea and her own medicine, and now she's like, I don't like this. This is DV, and everybody else out here who's dealt with it is like, excuse me, you've been doing this for years, and you just got a taste of your own medicine. I'm sorry, what? But then you feel sorry for her because it's like, oh my gosh, you don't want to see somebody else go through what you can relate to, because it's terrible. But in the same way, I can understand what Collie's saying. It's like, dude, if you go back and you've watched her for years, I've watched her for years too. It's like, really? You're gonna call the kettle black?
I can say with 100% certainty, from sitting up here listening to every single one of you, I have more empathy and love for all of you up here than I ever will for this one. Okay. Yeah. And that's because you guys obviously have gone through it and know and learned and still are processing and dealing. And that's what it's about. It's about that. It's not about sitting there and telling people like I didn't do anything. The hell you didn't do anything. Okay. You're fooling people every day, maybe, but the biggest person you're fooling is yourself. All right. She uses every single person in her life, from Pete's to Shannon to BB to, probably her aunt, her mother, horrible to her sister. She's not a good person. Okay. We got to realize that she's not a good person.
I mean, I think a lot of us agree with you. And I think I just wanted to make the point that I made before, only because I think we have to really recognize the nuance of you can be a terrible person who deserves who's getting all the consequences you have coming. And also we can call a spade and say, like, this was a situation that was coercive, and we can still have the conversation about like the consequences that she incurred herself versus what happened to her, because I think that people are really taking like a black and white stance on this, and it's not like that. Like, she's a very messy, complicated person, and this stuff is bringing up a lot of emotions from people. And so we have to be able to have a nuanced conversation about this. That's just kind of what my point was. But
Oh my
I
God,
mean,
I agree
I
with you.
totally
I'm so
agree too.
Shoehorn.
I
I
think,
agree with you.
yeah, I totally agree with you, Shoehorn. I think, and that's kind of the way that I've looked at it. I've looked at it as as sort of like a story, or as kind of a thing where where pretty much everyone in the story sucks. And so, I mean, obviously, like,
It's a
okay, they're
story at the end
human.
of the day,
Yeah.
too.
I mean, here's the thing. I mean, like, people are human and they're complex, and like there are nuances about them. There's things about them that you can relate to, and that
Somebody's breathing really hard. Sorry, somebody's breathing.
Somebody's breathing.
Sorry about that.
Okay. And it's something, and it's like we can recognize that piece of it, but then at the same time, like, I think like most of the people, I think like the main people in the story, Chantal, Pete, Nader, DeeDee, like, they're all not great people. And I think that there's like you can recognize that, okay, Chantal sucks. Like, Chantal, even though Chantal always says, I'm a good person. No, she's not. But at the same time, like, so she's not a good person. At the same time, Nader is definitely not a good person either. And I think most of the quote unquote main characters in this story are not good people. And I think we can kind of talk about, I think that's what the cool thing is about this panel, is that we're able to kind of discuss these nuances, and I
Exactly.
think that's
It's
really
like
cool.
psychological, like seriously psychological. And I love that we are discussing this because, but I'll be honest, I would rather hang out with Chantal than Nader. I would not want to be around Nader at all.
I
Or
wouldn't want to be
DeeDee.
with either of them. I wouldn't want to be with either of
Well,
them, to be honest.
but if you have a
I
choice,
mean,
though, if you had a
and
choice, though.
Chantal, she.
Can I hang out with
Hello.
BBJ?
Yeah, I was just
You
going
have
to
to
say,
have a
I'll hang out
choice.
with the cats. I'll
You
hang out
have
with
to have
Sam.
a choice. Make a choice. One or the
BBJ.
other.
Chantel, because then I'll take her cats and run.
Yeah, really. I'll take the cats and go.
I'm glad.
BBJ. Okay, I'll be around BBJ too.
No, she really wants to play the victim, and I have zero sympathy for her, because a lot of us, unfortunately, have been through similar situations and have our own trauma that we have to deal with, and we don't have a fraction of the support that she gets, and she just pisses it all away like it doesn't matter.
Oh my God. At the end of the day, they are YouTubers, and they all connect with one another behind the scenes, not what we see. She knows exactly what's happening. So does Nader. Sorry, I'm new to all this. So does DeeDee. Everyone that chooses to turn on their camera and turn it off, they know exactly what they're putting out there. So it's, to me, I just wanted to say that, as much as everyone is triggered and we have our own stories, but please do not let this show, this big show that they're putting on, and in cahoots behind the scenes, I'm sure, and getting ideas off of other YouTubers, like Nick for sorry, is that Nick Avocado?
I know about him.
I believe that they speak behind the scenes. There's certain things that I've just been looking at as well, that even some of the storylines that have happened, she's been, it's quite similar to the farms as well. And I wanted to ask when the farms came back up, because it is, to me, it just seems all too sus that everything hit the fan all on the same day.
But think about it, though. It was everybody's day for April Fool's Day. So everybody, did you guys see Popcorn Planet today? I mean, well, April Fool's Day. They they totally fooled everybody. Like, they were, like, when I went online, they were the only channel and they're like, oh, we're covering this. We're the only people covering this. And you're watching this police chase, you know, and it was a serious police chase. And they're like, but, you know, you started to kind of like figure out maybe it was a little bit sus. And like they're saying, oh, he robbed a subway. And he, oh, it was just crazy. And you're watching it, and they did have like live footage or something, but it was not, you know, current or live. But there were 4 people on that panel, and they were all like drawing everybody, and they ended up getting 10,000 views. And usually Popcorn Planet is about 2,000 views at the most. And so I got a little bit angry at the end.
I agree.
I really did.
Exactly.
I don't think I like April Fool's Day anymore.
It's a big show
I
at the end of
definitely
the day.
don't.
I mean, we're all talking. This is exactly what they want. They want us. They want to be spoken about. They want to be relevant. So they're sitting back laughing while we're all talking about it and being triggered by this entire, I like to call it, big show. It is a big show for everybody. Everybody's getting paid. Everybody's getting money. And in some ways, as far as how she, with her own personal experiences, we will never know, because she is just, in fact, an actor. They all are. This isn't real life. This is YouTube, and it is for us real life, but for them it's not really. At the end of the day, it could have started as real life, but you know, she's reining in all that money and all those views, despite losing everything for what we thought that would be her rock bottom. Wasn't. And she's still going, and this would just keep it will just keep making her grow. And I feel as though the more they're discussed, the more they're talked about, the more people are going to watch and get really invested in it. And I just think we just need to remember that they are actors. They are all paid to do this.
Yeah. Nectar, where are you from? I love your accent.
Oh, can I please be?
Oh, never mind. Oh, you don't want to be. Oh, no, never mind. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I shouldn't ask.
Really
I'm sorry about that.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I thought it would have been really obvious.
I just really liked your accent. That's all.
Oh, I like yours too. And yes, especially you, dearly Krista, please. I just want you to know that, you know, don't feel, I know it's just words and I can't change how you feel, but I absolutely just want to remind you that these people are actors. They get paid to do exactly what they're doing. And some of them are not good actors. Some of them are, they try to. And I see what Nate is trying to pull and milk out of this. He's clearly not doing a good job, but they're working behind the scenes, and that's what we need to realize, and we need to remember that, you know, it's really just a show.
I don't agree with that. And the only reason I don't agree with that, and I am a YouTuber, I've been here for 10 years. I've watched a lot of people do a lot of things. Believe you me, there are people like this. And the reason that people come to YouTube, I hate to say it because I'm one of them, is basically because you don't want to deal with the rest of the world. You want your own world. It's called YouTube for a reason. You bring in your world,
I'll admit it.
there.
I'll admit it.
Yeah.
I'll admit it.
And they're getting paid. Not everybody's getting paid. You got to do good to get paid.
I'm just talking about the foodieverse. I understand everybody else's differences, but I'm literally just talking about what's been discussed on panel, and I can tell you that she's clear. I mean, she's not a ditzy thing that she puts out. It's really an act. And if no one can really differentiate between, you know, what's put out and what's not, I don't know. It just, to me, I think we all know what YouTube is, what YouTube has become. It's not about you anymore. It's real money and corporate. So I think if we get too sort of microscopic in about a particular YouTube or a story, I think that's a bit, I don't know, YouTube has definitely grown from 10 years ago. So
yeah, definitely.
But you guys remember, we are in a pandemic that we've been in since the early 2020. And at least for me, I don't know about you guys, but I started getting more interested in virtual. So as time went on, I have gotten more interested in virtual, and I actually trust people more in virtual than I do in my actual life. And I that probably sounds really weird, but like I love Monty's community. I feel so comfortable with you guys. You guys are awesome.
There's great people everywhere. Like I met my husband on the internet. I met my best friend of 10 years on the internet.
Yeah.
But my thing with Chantal, I watch her, and my husband's the same way. We both watch her to direct our anger and rage somewhere healthy. Because like we all have like frustrating lives, things that we're going through. And I like to laser beam focus all of my anger on her because I feel like it's justified, and that way I'm not getting so like hyper invested in what she's saying or anything. I can just rage at her,
Right. I think we all are that way. A little bit.
Every day is like April Fool's Day to me. In this particular community, every day is April Fool's Day. Every day you're like, oh, they couldn't have possibly have done that. No. And it's like, but yes, they did.
Yes, but today has been just on top. I don't even know how to. This has just been worse than anything. I mean,
yeah, this is like overboard. It's overboard.
This is every April Fool's ever.
So got to you, hippie, huh?
This is exactly what they want. I mean, it's about money and stardom. At the end of the day, they're obsessed with it. There's some narcissism.
I know, but you know what, you guys? I love April Fools for fun things. I love it for fun things. I don't think that you should carry on for 15, 30 minutes or 5 hours and actually pull people in like that. I think that's BS. Like whenever I do like funny things, I make sure that it's something that is not going to hurt people. But when someone pulls you in, like I was even angry at Popcorn Planet when they did that. It was like, because I was totally invested in that thing. And so they acted like there were 4 people and then ended up being 5 people in that panel. They were all in on it. And actually got me kind of angry. I don't know how you guys feel about this stuff, but like
a lot of this, I think a lot of this, I mean, I haven't heard anything from her family.
Pull people in that freaking long.
Any doctor's documentation, anything to really show, aside from where she lives and the people that she hangs around with, that they get doxed. But I've not seen any medical records, any court documents, and her immediate family to speak aside from Shannon on this. So that's why I really can't help but take it. And I do have a history in this, and I'm not going to be particular about it, but I cannot help but take this as a show, because real people that really mean something to her, we don't see much of them, but we do see the other characters that she wants on the show.
I know what you're saying, Nectar.
Not necessarily on her show, but on the show.
But
because
Nectar, she didn't do what everybody did, though. Nectar, she didn't do what these other people did. Like, but April Fools, it's not that. You should never pull anybody into it that serious. That like pisses me off.
I'm just trying to say that this is literally it is. I mean, we can just, as quickly as she turns on the camera, we can change Eternal as well. That's true.
I think I get what you're saying, Nectar, is she leads 2 different lives.
Yes,
so she has her family, and she wants to present a certain face to her family and to some of her new fans and stuff like that. That's why she only keeps people for so long. She's presenting. But I think for her, is that over the years, she has allowed the YouTube persona to creep into her everyday life. And now she has become this person. So every time she turns on the camera, that essentially is her. It really is, because that's who she believes she is during that time. And the person that she shows to her family is the fake person now. She's kind of flipped it.
Yeah.
You know?
But, you know, it's still a show. We still tune in and watch and rage and laugh and feel the way that we feel. It's still a show. I'm not getting paid for her stupidity, and I don't think anybody else is. And I really just wanted to come on and just remind everybody that, you know, I know that we watch her for different reasons, and, you know, the others, but really it's just a show.
Is it just me then? Because we all know it's a show for her, but for this freaking April Fool's, I've never been this pissed off. Seriously, I've never been this pissed off. Like,
no.
This is just beyond. This is
not right.
People
that are actually getting money. I'm not sensitive and getting views, and this is what's getting views. She's being talked about. This is it. Like, we are literally giving her what she wants.
Yeah, but she did her.
Hold. Wait, what if this is more of, how do I say this? It's an age gap or generation thing, because I have younger people in my life, okay? And when I talk to them about this whole Chantal verse and everything else like that, they think that this was absolutely funny, that this whole prison scheme was funny. And you're talking about, I'm connected with teenagers and very much more younger as adults. In this day and age generation, these types of pranks overboard because of the internet and the explosion of this. I mean, look at what we get for people asking people out to the prom, or for birthdays or sweet 16s or Christmas. Oh my God. It's outrageous now. So these younger generation people that's in my life thought this was hilarious, thought this was a good prank. But it to me, being older, it's not a good prank. And it's like the generation has taken April Fools and moved it way far up, like they did for, you know, proms and homecomings and Christmases and birthdays, and, you know, the unrealistic expectation of pranking somebody and one-upping somebody has become astronomically out of control. And as far as this being a show, of course it's a show. She's being monetized. She's getting money. She's going to do what she can, whatever the case may be. So she's going to,
be who I think that
put
is.
everything out. She's not going to have a filter. She's going to just lay everything out.
For April Fool's, though? What did she do for April Fool's? Like, you know, like I like to never take any joke out of control where I am pulling someone along on something serious, like something really bad. I would never do that. I just do kind of like funny things, you know?
And that's where the difference becomes between the difference of humans deserving to stay on the earth and humans that that deserves to go to Mars or someplace else because they have a conscience. I mean,
that's
all there is to it.
I'll go to Venus.
You know, the people like them exist because I live next to them. I have very thin walls, and I have a soap opera next door that sometimes I wish I can stream myself because the monetary gain I would get from them. Oh my gosh.
I just want to say real quick.
You know, I have my own soap opera here. I get to listen through at my bedroom. You know, I get to sit comfortably on my bed and listen. And I'm like, oh my goodness.
Record it. Record it for us, lady.
I'm like, wow.
Are we really being paid a visit by Miss DeeDee?
I just wanted to say real quick, if you guys don't mind, thank you to everybody in the chat who was being so super sweet about my mom. I just want you guys to know that I am doing okay. She's been gone for almost 11 years. Well, no, exactly 11 years now. And I do miss her, but I'm doing well. Yeah, she was an amazing woman, and the world is a better place because she once lived in it. So,
which one of you said that? Which one of you said that? Was that Aunt Amy?
Yeah, it's me.
Oh, I'm really sorry. When was the anniversary?
Thank you. It's actually April Fool's Day.
Oh my gosh.
I
That's
kind of
the lovely
laughed.
hat you're
I kind of
wearing.
laughed about it after it happened. I was like, that's just mom being a smartass until the end. But
Oh,
yeah,
It's a beautiful
how many
case.
years did you say?
11 years.
Oh,
Yeah, I was
I care
23
for
when she
you.
left us.
Oh, I care about that. I'm so sorry.
Amy, I'm
Aw,
glad you
thank
came up.
you.
I'm glad you came up, and I'm glad that you spent, the time here with us, because that's not easy. I lost my father, for almost 6 years now, and it never gets easier. So
It doesn't. It doesn't. There's a gaping hole in your life that it'll never be filled. That unconditional love of a parent. It's, you can't replace that.
exactly.
Especially, I don't know about you guys, but it's my mom. Like I lost her in 2019, and my dad is still alive, but they're saying he might not last much longer. But there's something about, like, even when I was a kid, I always just felt like I could never deal with losing my mom. Ever since I was just a little tiny girl, there's something that is such a bond. I don't know about everybody, but I had such a close bond with my mom, more than anybody. But I am so sorry,
Yeah.
Amy.
Thank you. And I'm so sorry about your loss too. That's another thing that enrages me about Chantal is she doesn't appreciate her mother. And I'm just like, she's not going to be there forever.
Yeah. Thanks, No Justice.
Be
But
grateful and thankful that you had amazing parents to raise you to be a person with a good heart and a good head on their shoulders. Just everybody who has lost a parent, coming from somebody who didn't have the proper nurturing that I should have gotten in my childhood, be grateful that you even had that type of
Oh,
parent.
absolutely.
I mean, hold
Absolutely.
that close to your heart that you even got that, because there's a lot of kids who don't even get it, who
You're
don't even
so
get a
right.
little bit
You're
of it.
so right, lady.
You know, my dog is how I feel about my dog is how you guys are describing your parents right now. I'm over here thinking, oh God, that's not the way I feel about my dog. Wait a minute here. I'm a bad
Yeah,
person.
I have my telehealth with my counselor, and I told her today that I wanted to think of 5 things that I was grateful for. Like, it's just something that I wanted. Oh, thank you, Janine. I wanted to think of 5 things that I was grateful for, and it really helps to just have counseling. I just hope that you all can get that benefit. It really, really helps, especially if you have a really good counselor.
Yeah, it took me 12 of them, believe it or not. It took me 12 before I found one that I actually like clicked with. And then once you click with somebody, dude, just I can't tell you how, just when you click with somebody, you actually get to working through your stuff, and you actually get to grow as a person and just level up. That's the only thing I can think of, is you level up in adulthood and you become, and you're in your own, finally in your own, man, it's worth all of those other counselors you went through and didn't connect with, and all that other BS and all that phone calls and all the insurance and everything. It becomes well
Exactly.
worth it.
Like I know, for me, I'm just speaking for everybody that's in the chat right now. I understand if you're going through maybe some pain that might be hard to deal with, even with a counselor, because I used to be that way. But just, if you have a counselor that you don't feel comfortable with, don't feel sad or embarrassed or anything to just ask for another counselor, because you need to actually feel comfortable with that counselor. And I'm grateful for the counselor I have now.
Awesome. All right. Guess we're gonna wrap this up. It's actually pretty late. I'd like to thank everybody on the panel. what I usually do at this point is go in clockwise fashion for any closing words or thoughts. So, Amy, you're up if you want to say anything.
Oh yeah, thanks. Sorry, I just popped my cat up. She's watching the chat for me. Yeah, I just want to say again, thank you everyone for all of your kind words and all of your support. As other people have said, this is an amazing community, Monty. I don't know what we would do without you.
Well, thank you, Tammy. I really appreciate you being on the panel. You've been here before, and I appreciate you each and every time. Cauliflower.
Yes, once again, thank you, Monty, and thank you to all these wonderful women up here tonight that gave so much. And LaCrista, I'm very proud of you. Lady Ravenshaw, I'm proud of you. Nectar, it's not easy, to listen to this kind of stuff or to revert into our own lives and express our own experiences. So I appreciate you all for that, and of course for the chat. And thanks, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Hey, Kai Salmons, you're here. La Krista, any final words?
Sure. Monty, first and foremost, I just want to thank you for allowing me here on the panel. I've always wanted to be on the panel, but I always felt shy and kind of scared and stuff. But there was something that drove me today, and you guys already know what drove me to do it today. But all of you people in the chat, if you've never been here on the panel, just try it. And then if you feel uncomfortable, just, be quiet. I mean, not be quiet. I mean, just don't worry about it. Just sit back, listen to other people. But you guys are so amazing. I just love all you guys. And ever since I found Monty, it was just amazing, because I found all of you guys. This is my first time on panel, so I'm a little kind of talking a little bit too much. I'm sorry about that. But after I found you guys, just being in the chat, because it's my first time in the panel, but just you guys, all of you in the chat, in the panel, everyone, you guys are amazing, and you make my day. And whenever I feel lonely, I always look forward to Monty's lives. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, La Krista Hipista.
Thank you, Monty. Thank you, panel. Y'all are phenomenal. Chat, phenomenal. This has just been a roller coaster. I mean, we always say that about what the Chantel verse puts us through, but today has just been beyond. And I'm glad tomorrow is the second and not the first. So anyway, everyone have a wonderful weekend.
Hugs, Hippie.
Yeah, thank you, Hippie. Nectar.
Monty, Amy, Cauliflower, Krista, Lady Ravenshaw, and Hippiester, thank you very much. And your lovely mods, who I love, and chat as well. I often come in here and I have a really great time. I'm super nervous. I don't like my voice and I don't like talking, but I just wanted to remind everybody that, what we see on here is just, that's all it is. And I share a lot of your stories, just not really wanting to put it out there now, but I see where you're all coming from, and I wish love and light to everybody, and please be gentle to yourselves, and that's it. Have a lovely night, day, and time zone wherever you are. Bye.
Bye, Nectar.
Our Lady Ravenshaw, last but not least.
I don't know, should I be worried about that? Well, first and foremost, thank you, Monty, for not thinking I'm a troll. A lot of people tend to think that I tend to, hide out and not say anything or do anything and view people's chats for like a month or two until I figure kind of like who they are and what kind of content and their views and opinions. And, I started talking when I felt comfortable enough. I really like your channel. I've been viewing it for a few months now. I appreciate you. I'm really glad that you like to research things. You just don't take first opinions or first thoughts. You actually research things, and you're not afraid to say that. So I really can just think that that's awesome. That's what makes me feel comfortable here the most. Everybody else, thank you as always for just being kind, sweet, nice, wonderful people. All of you are just insightful and wonderful and very loving and warm. So I appreciate that very, very much to everybody. Take care.
All right, thank you, Lady Ravenshaw. Appreciate every one of you. Like Shoehorn, we had Cesaro Beach Ball, we had Nectar La Crista, Cauliflower Amped Amy, and we had Pepe Easter as well. So thank you everybody for joining me. We'll do this another time. And I better go to bed because tomorrow's gonna be another long day in the foodieverse as usual. Because she's either sleeping now or not. I don't know. She could be up. She could be watching us right now. Who knows? But thank you everybody once again. Smash that like button. I would really appreciate that. And take care. Bye bye.
Okay, bye.
Bye, guys. Love you.